What's up mga kaguro at mga mag-aaral? Welcome sa panibagong lesson sa General Science. Ang topic natin ay kadugtong ng nakaraang topic and is about the application of chemical substances in household and personal care products. Kung nakaraan ay tinignan natin ang mga ingredients ng mga household and personal care products, ngayon naman ay titignan natin kung ano nga ba ang mga paraan ng kanilang paggamit at anong epekto nito sa ating kalikasan. Araw-araw tayong gumagamit ng mga produktong may kemikal, shampoo, sabon, panlinis, at insecticide. Pero bihira nating tanungin kung ligtas ba talaga ang mga ito. Sa lesson na ito, aalamin natin kung paano nakakatulong at nakakapinsala ang mga kemikal depende sa paggamit nito. This lesson focuses on understanding the chemicals found in common household and personal care products. We will examine how these substances benefit us and how improper use can harm health and the environment. These are the learning objectives that will be used in our lesson, and the teachers may also use this in crafting their learning plan. Ang mga objective na ito ang magsisilbing gabay sa buong aralin. Hindi lahat ng kemikal ay masama, ngunit hindi rin lahat ay ligtas. These objectives encourage learner to think critically about the product use and safety, beyond simply following instructions in the following product labels. Now, let's explore our topic. First, let's answer these questions. Ang mga tanong na ito ang magsisilbing gabay sa buong aralin. Hindi lahat ng chemical ay masama, hindi rin lahat ay ligtas. Are all chemicals in household products safe? How do labels help protect consumers? Why are laws needed for chemical safety? Now, let's move to our topic for today, chemicals around us. Makikita ang mga chemical hindi lang sa laboratorio, kundi sa mismong bahay natin. Dahil lagi natin silang ginagamit, mahalagang maintindihan ang epekto nito. These products may look harmless, but each contains chemical substances that need careful handling. What are the properties that make products safe or hazardous? First, we have chemical composition of products. Household and personal care products contain specific chemical compounds designed for cleaning, protection, or hygiene. They can be natural or synthetic. Ang chemical composition ang dahilan kung bakit gumagana ang isang produkto. Halimbawa, ang bleach ay epektibo dahil sa malakas nitong kemikal. Each product is formulated for a purpose. However, the same properties that make them effective can also make them hazardous. Chemical composition refers to the specific chemicals present in a product. Ang chemical composition ang pinakaugat ng pagiging ligtas o mapanganib ng isang produkto. Chemical compositions can be classified as active or inactive. Pag sinabi nating active, ito talaga yung ginagamit na ingredient para sa isang specific task na gagawin ng product na yun. Halimbawa, kung whitening bar soap siya, so ang active ingredient doon ay yung mga glutathione, which is used for whitening talaga. Tapos yung inactive ingredient naman, maaaring yun yung nagbibigay sa kanya ng longer shelf life, o kaya naman yung nagpapanatili para hindi siya malusaw agad. So, hindi siya intended for the whitening effect, pero nilalagay siya para ma-improve yung quality ng product. And they can also be natural or synthetic. So, may mga iba gumagamit ng mga naturally prepared ingredients. For example, mga extract talaga from coconut, mga ganyan, or iba pang mga organic ingredient. Then, meron din naman mga synthetic, yung ginagaya lang yung actual na organic materials or natural ingredients. O kaya naman, mga chemicals na artificially or pinrepare lang sa lab. Okay? So, ang bleach, halimbawa, ay epektibo sa paglilinis dahil sa sodium hypochlorite. So, yun yung kanyang active ingredient. Ngunit maaari ring makasunog ng balat. Okay? Kaya mahalaga kung ang chemical na laman ng produkto ay yung ginagamit talaga for the specific task na kailangan natin para sa kanila. The type and concentration of chemicals determine how a product works and how dangerous it can be. So, meron din naman halimbawa na meron yung mga active ingredients kaya lang yung dami rin, yung amount or yung concentration ng chemicals na yun ay maaaring makasama din or makatulong sa ating katawan or sa kung saan man siya gagamitin. Some chemicals clean effectively but become harmful when also misused. Halimbawa, may mga tamang dosage lang o tamang amount lang na kailangan ilagay. So, kailangan sundin yun. Kaya lang, minsan, hindi nasusunod na over sa paglalagay or paggamit o kaya naman ay kulang kaya nagkakaroon ng harmful effects sa atin. Next, concentration of chemicals. Chemical concentration refers to the strength of the chemical. So, parang nabanggit na nga natin kanina. So, the higher the concentration is, the higher the risk exposure. So, some chemicals are often diluted for safety. Kasi nga, mas mataas ang concentration, mas malakas ang epekto. Pero, mas mapanganib din. Kaya maraming produkto ang kailangang i-dilute muna bago gamitin or lusawin muna sa tubig. Highly concentrated chemicals can cause burns or poisoning. Labels often indicate proper dilution to reduce risk. So, di ba? Halimbawa, sa mga bleach, kailangan tunawin muna sa tubig, yung mga bleach powder, or ihalo muna sa mas maraming tubig para hindi naman siya concentrated. Health effects of chemical products. Kapag maling ginamit na produkto, maaaring magdulot ito ng iritasyon sa balat, mata o paghinga. Health risk depends on the exposure, concentration, and frequency of use. Possible human health effects are the following. So, skin and eye irritation, respiratory problems, allergic reaction, and poisoning if swallowed. Ang maling paggamit ng household products ay maaaring magdulot ng iritasyon sa balat, mata o paghinga. May ilang chemical din na maaaring makaapekto sa ating nervous system kung ma-expose ng matagal. Health effects vary depending on exposure, duration, and person sensitivity. This is why precautionary measures are always required. And of course, its environmental impact. Hindi lang tao ang naapektuhan ng maling paggamit ng kemikal, ang kapaligiran ay maaari ring masira. Improper disposal allows chemicals to enter the ecosystem and cause long-term damage. So it may harm the aquatic life and also it is a some are non-biodegradable waste so they last longer than other types of waste. Kapag itinapon sa lababo o kanal ang kemikal, maaari itong makarating sa ilog at dagat. So that causes water pollution and toxicity to aquatic organisms. Ang epekto nito ay hindi agad nakikita pero nagiging pangmatagalan. Chemicals can persist in the environment. Improper disposal harms ecosystem and disrupts food chain. It also causes soil contamination. Now, there are laws and regulations on using chemical products set by the Food and Drug Administration, Department of Trade and Industry, and Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Why are these regulations important? Kaya may mga batas ay para maprotektahan ang mga mamamayan laban sa mapapanganib na produkto. Without regulation, consumers would not know which products are safe to use. And also, it helps to preserve our environment. First, we have the FDA or Food and Drug Administration. Ang FDA ang nagtitiyak ng ligtas gamitin ang mga personal care at cosmetic products. It ensures that products sold to the public meet the safety standards. So, FDA regulation for personal care products. Ang FDA ang nagsisiguro na ligtas gamitin ang mga sabon, shampoo at cosmetics. Hindi pwedeng ibenta ang produkto kung walang approval. Kaya nga dapat bago kayo bumili ng mga cosmetic products or mga cleaning products, kailangan ma-sure muna na FDA approved. So the FDA reviews ingredients and determines if products meet safety requirements before they reach consumers. Next, we have the role of DTI or Department of Trade and Industry and DENR or the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Magkakaiba ang tungkulin ng mga bawat ahensyang nabanggit, ngunit iisa ang layunin, kaligtasan at pangangalaga. These agencies work together to protect consumers and the environment. We have the DTI Consumer Product Safety Act. Tungkulin ng DTI na tiyakin na tama at malinaw ang impormasyon sa label. Kung walang tamang babala, maaaring ipagbawal ang produkto. The DTI ensures consumers are properly informed before using chemical products. But sadly, no, may mga online products tayo ngayon, marami na parang hindi dumaan sa DTI or sa FDA, walang malinaw na label kung paano gamitin or mga effects nito sa ating sarili. DENR, Environmental Regulations naman sila. Ang DENR ay ang ahensya nagbabantay sa kalikasan. So may mga kemikal na hindi maaaring basta itapon dahil delikado ito sa kapaligiran. DENR regulations aim to prevent long-term environmental damage caused by chemical misuse and dumping. Now, let's proceed to the hazard categories and product labels. Paano nga ba dapat basahin ang mga labels at anong mga ibig sabihin ng mga hazard symbols or signs na makikita natin sa kanila? Hindi design lang ang label at hindi lang to for compliance. Ito dapat ay magsilbing babala at gabay. Product labels provide safety warnings, usage instruction, and disposal guidelines. Labels help user avoid accidents and misuse. These are common hazard categories. Ang bawat simbolo ay may tiyak na kahulugan na dapat seryosohin. These categories inform users about potential dangers. Let us run down each. First, flammable hazard. So kapag may nakita kayong sa mga products na ganyan ang symbol, so may flames. So ito ay tumutukoy sa mga produkto na madaling magliyab o mag-apoy kapag nalantad sa init, sparks o bukas na apoy or open fire. Karaniwan itong makikita sa mga produktong may alcohol, solvent o chemical na madaling sumingaw. Makikita sa label ang babalang tulad ng flammable o kaya naman keep away from heat o kaya naman ay no smoking near the product. Ang mga label na ito ang nagsisilbing paalaala upang maiwasan ang sunog o aksidenteng pagsabog. Mahalaga ring itago ang mga flammable products sa malamig at maaliwalas na lugar malayo sa pinanggagalingan ng init. Flammable hazards indicate that a substance can easily catch fire. Label warnings help users prevent fire-related accidents by following proper storage and usage guidelines. Label warnings may include flammable, again, keep away from heat or open flame, no smoking, or store in a cool, well-ventilated place. Next, toxic hazard naman na tumutukoy sa mga produktong maaaring magdulot ng seryosong pinsala sa katawan kapag nalunok, nalanghap o nasipsip ng balat. Kabilang dito ang ilang pesticides, insecticides at chemical na pang-industriya. Sa label, makikita ang mababala tulad ng toxic, poison, or harmful if swallowed. Pwede rin pag may nakalagay na keep out of reach of children. Mahalaga ang mga babalang ito dahil ang maling paggamit ng toxic substances ay maaaring magdulot ng matinding pagkalason o kamatayan. Kaya't kinakailangan ang maingat na paghawak, tamang storage at pagsunod sa do not statement sa label. Toxic hazards warn users of substance that can seriously affect health. No? Hindi lang siya basta mild, serious. Label warnings are critical in preventing poisoning and accidental exposure. So again, label warnings may include toxic or poison, harmful if swallowed or inhaled, or keep out of reach of children. Pwede rin may nakalagay na do not ingest or use protective equipment if necessary. Next, corrosive hazard na tumutukoy sa mga kemikal na kayang makasunog ng balat, mata o kahit ng metal. Madalas itong nakikita sa toilet cleaners, drain openers at matapang na panglinis. Karaniwang nakasulat sa label ang mga babala tulad ng corrosive, causes severe skin burns, at wear protective gloves. Ipinapakita ng mga warning na ito na kahit kaunting exposure lamang ay maaaring magdulot ng permanenteng damage. Kaya napakahalaga ng paggamit ng protective equipment at maingat na pagsunod sa safety instructions. Corrosive substances can cause irreversible damage. Label warnings emphasize need for gloves, eye protection, and careful handling. Again, label warnings may include corrosive, causes skin burns and eye damage, avoid contact with skin and eyes, wear protective gloves and eye protection, and do not breathe fumes. So, ito yan yung labels. We have your test tube, and then meron tayo dyan hand, then parang ano siya, nagkaroon ng reaction, and then meron din siyang parang an object, pwede siyang metal, gano'n na nag-react with the chemical. So, that means the chemical with this label is corrosive. Next, we have here irritant. So, pag may exclamation point na warning label, ang irritant ay uri ng hazard na nagdudulot ng pangati, pamumula o hapdi sa balat, mata o paghinga. Hindi ito kasing lala ng corrosive o toxic, ngunit maaari pa ring magdulot ng discomfort kung madalas o maling ginagamit. Madalas na irritant ang mga sabon, shampoo at panlinis na araw-araw nating ginagamit. Kaya mahalagang sundin ang label instructions tulad ng pagbanlaw ng mabuti at paggamit ng protective gloves kung kinakailangan. Irritant chemicals do not usually cause permanent damage, but repeated or prolonged exposure can still affect health. This is why proper handling and label awareness are important. Irritant warnings helps consumers prevent unnecessary skin and eye exposure. Label warnings again may include causes skin irritation, avoid contact with eyes, wash thoroughly after handling, and use gloves if necessary. And of course, environmental hazard. So, ang environmental hazard ay tumutukoy sa mga produktong maaaring makapinsala sa kalikasan, lalo na sa tubig, lupa at mga hayop na nakatira rito. Kasama rito ang mga detergent, chemical at batteries na may toxic components. Sa label, makikita ang mga paalala tulad ng harmful to aquatic life, do not dispose in waterways, at follow proper disposal instructions. So, makikita natin dito sa drawing or label or illustration, meron diyang fish na namatay and then yung puno na nawala ng dahon. So, para mapakita na it causes an impact on environment. Ang mga babalang ito ay mahalaga dahil ang maling pagtatapon ng produkto ay maaaring magdulot ng pangmatagalang environmental damage. Dito pumapasok ang papel ng DNR sa pamamahala ng hazardous waste. Environmental hazard warnings remind users that chemicals can affect ecosystems. Proper disposal ensures environmental protection. Label warnings again may include hazardous to the environment, harmful to aquatic life, do not dispose in rivers, drains, or soil, dispose according to local government or environment regulations, handle with care to avoid environmental damage. Interpreting hazard symbols. When you see a hazard symbol, read the warning, follow precautions, and store and dispose properly. Ang di pagbabasa ng label ay sa pangunahing dahilan ng aksidente sa bahay. So, proper interpretation prevents harm to users and others. Now, what are the ways to properly use and manage products? Hindi lahat ng produkto ay pwedeng paghaluin. May ilang kombinasyon na lubhang mapanganib. So, dapat basahin lagi ang instruction, use protective equipment, and yun nga, avoid product missing. Safe use of products depends on following manufacturer and government guidelines. Proper use based on labels. Ang label ay parang user's manual ng produkto. Improper use is the leading cause of household chemical accidents. So, always follow the usage instruction, warning statements, dosage, and dilution. And then when it comes to storage and disposal, ang tamang pagtatapon ay kasing halaga ng tamang paggamit. So, safe storage away from children, dispose following DNR rules, and choose eco-friendly alternatives. Responsible disposal protects public health and the environment. Proper storage. Storage that applies safety includes keeping away the products from children, avoiding it from being exposed to heat and sunlight, and secure lids tightly. Maraming aksidente nangyayari dahil sa maling pag-iimbak. Storage reduces accidental exposure. So, proper disposal, again, follow DNR guidelines, do not mix waste, never pour hazardous chemicals into drains or direct to the soil. Ang maling pagtatapon ay nagiging problema ng buong komunidad, kaya responsible disposal protects future generations. So, being a responsible consumer. Okay, a responsible consumer reads labels, follows warnings, and considers environmental impact. Malaking papel ang mamimili sa kaligtasan ng komunidad. Informed choices lead to safer homes and cleaner environments. For the summary of our lesson, again, chemicals have benefits and risks. Labels and laws ensure safety, and proper use prevents harm. Ang kaalaman ay susi sa kaligtasan, kaya understanding product chemistry leads to better decision making. Now, let's move to the activities and assessment. Activity 1, what makes this product risky? So there are given products here and you will answer the given questions based on the given product. This activity forces learners to connect properties to effects, not just memorize terms. Activity 2, which law protects us? So, a skin cream causes rashes but has no warning label. Used batteries are thrown into regular trash. So, identify which agency is responsible for the two scenarios. What regulation was violated? What should have been done? So, FDA is for product safety, DTI is for labeling, and DNR is for disposal and environment. Again, tandaan yung tatlo na yan, pagkat napaganon nito for citizenship and for science integration na rin. Activity 3, decode the danger, match or write the hazard category for each product. And then explain why you label them with that hazard category. And then for further enrichment of this activity, answer this extension question. Why is labeling important for non-scientists like you or ordinary consumers like us? Use, store, dispose. So we have here a scenario. A family stores bleach under the sink. The container is open and near children's toys. So answer the following questions. Now we have PISA-based assessment. Item 1, about chemical properties and health. So the scenario, a teenager uses bathroom cleaner without gloves. After cleaning, her hands feel painful and irritated. So which property of the cleaner most likely caused the irritation? So B, high chemical concentration. So the skill measured is cause-effect reasoning. Item 2, government regulation, FDA. A cosmetic product is sold online without FDA approval and causes skin allergies. So which agency should take action? So ayan na nga. So we have letter C, FDA. Again, marami nga ngayon online na mga not FDA accredited. So make sure na tignan muna kung meron sila FDA accreditation number or kung nasuri nga ba sila nito. Item 3, hazard categories. A product label shows a symbol warning that it can burn skin and damage metals. What hazard category does this indicate? C, corrosive. Item 4, environmental impact. A household pours all detergent into the drain. Over time, fish in the nearby river start dying. Which concept best explains the problem? So C, environmental chemical accumulation. 5. Responsible consumer behavior. A consumer always reads labels, follows warnings, and disposes products according to guidelines. What is the best or biggest benefit of this behavior? B. Protecting health and environment. So for your reflection, what product will you use more carefully now? How can you help promote safety at home? So again, sa pagiging responsableng gumagamit, nagiging bahagi tayo ng solusyon. This lesson empowers you to act responsibly beyond the classroom. And that ends our lesson about application of chemical substances in household and personal care products. So natutuhan ulit natin dito ang tamang pag-handle sa mga personal care and household cleaning products, paano magbasa ng labels, and how to become a responsible consumer. So once again, thanks to the development team of the lesson exemplar kung saan ibinase ang pagkakasunod-sunod at ilang content ng lesson na diniscuss ko sa inyo. Ang pagiging responsableng gumagamit ng produkto ay nangangahulugan ng pagbasa, pag-unawa at pagsunod sa mga babala at batas. Sa ganitong paraan, napoprotektahan natin hindi lang ang sarili, kundi ang buong komunidad. Understanding chemical safety empowers us to make smarter choices. Science helps us become safer consumers and more responsible citizens. And that's it for our discussion video. Ako muli ang inyong online teacher, Sir Franco. Thank you for watching.